What's your name?
Lewis.
Lewis. You've got a drawing in your hand. And you're spraying on a brick wall.
Yep.
You're spraying silver paint over. Is it an orange outline? Have you already outlined it?
Yeah. Do the first outline just to get the sort of feel for it, and then put the main colour I'm going to use over the top.
Just taking a step back because we're on the canal path.
Mm-hmm.
So this is public art. Is that how you think of it? I mean, how do you see what you're creating?
To me, it's graffiti, but I mean, on a literal sense, it is art in the public. So I guess so.
Do you get people passing comment as they go past, or do people generally just look and then pass on?
Bit of both.
Yeah.
Bit of both. It just depends on the day, how people feel. Had like good reactions and then negative for sure, but just one of them.
So there's a lot of silver going on here.
Yep. Yeah, hardest part is picking it out of the wall once you've covered it.
So so you create a you kind of clean the area, as it were, with one colour.
Yep.
So it's then ready for your design.
Yeah.
But you're not just like scrubbing the whole thing with silver. You're doing quite specifically. Is that because you're following a certain line?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just following the shape of the letter. Yeah.
How big is this one going to be? Is it like a couple of meters?
Yeah, it's not crazy. I mean, whatever that might be, maybe.
Yeah, like an arm's stretch, top to bottom, and then side to side. Oh, I see. I see why you stood back now.
Yeah.
When you're quite up close, I
the
can't see what it is,
perspective,
but now I see. Yeah, you stand back to get it. Got you. So you're actually putting in the outline.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all free, it's all just judging with your own eye, putting it in. What is the design, what are the words or the letters going to be? Are they going to be meaningful, or is it just you want to just play with a certain shape?
I mean, honestly, I write another word, but this was like I'd just done a sketch. I wanted to do these letters, so I'm just trying something different. It's actually the first time that I've done these letters on a wall. As opposed to like my normal name, which I've done hundreds of times.
Right.
Got one in my other name just a bit further up.
So you're pointing down the wall, right? Because it's quite a long stretch of canal wall here.
Mm-hmm.
So you put your name or your artistic signature name.
Yeah.
That's what you usually draw.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you draw your name? What's the meaning behind that? Rather than just draw a picture and then a little signature at the bottom, but actually using your name as the art.
I think that's just graffiti in itself. Is you put up your name so people can see it, whether it's people that sort of know what they're looking at. So like for other graph writers, but I don't know. It's kind of corny when it's like your alias, isn't it? So
So what, like an alter ego kind of thing? Kind of like my spirit animal, my other kind of life.
Yeah, you could look at it like that.
In your mind, are you doing it for other graffiti artists? Are you doing it for yourself? Are you doing it for the general public?
It's for me.
It's for you.
Yeah, it's for me. Like straight up, that's why I do it. I enjoy doing it. It's I think passion's not really the word, but I've been doing it for years since I was I'm 27 now. I've been doing it since I was like 13. So just always found some sort of enjoyment in it, and gets me outside, fresh air, gets me in trouble, but yeah.
I'm just going to move my bag so it doesn't get any of the paint on it, just to one side. What kind of trouble does it get you in? What's the laws about doing this? Are there any laws about doing this?
Well, this isn't legal as much as the wall's painted and covered.
This isn't legal. Oh, I didn't realise that.
I mean, if old Bill wanted to roll down at any point and wanted to say something, I think they'd be well within their right. But
so you can't just graffiti on public space walls on a pathway like this, even though the entire wall has been graffitied for a long time.
Yeah. Again, like it just depends on the day. If they want to come down and sort of make an example of someone, they could. But yeah, for the most part on the canal, you're usually pretty chill, especially in the daytime. You sort of tend to be able to get away with it, but yeah, it depends, I guess.
The first, when you were younger, when you were starting out, do you remember what the initial feeling was about doing it? What was it about then? Is it different to what it's about now? How has it developed, like, over time?
I wouldn't say it's different. I think I've just got a better hold of it than when you're younger. When you first start, it's like in the graffiti community. When you start, you're a toy. That's the description. It's
okay,
like,
a toy. So
yeah,
that's a beginner.
Yeah. So you definitely spend a couple years of just doing that until you sort of figure out your style and get you sort of whatever skills you sort of pick up, depending on how you want to do it. But no, I wouldn't say it's changed. I mean, it's the same thing. It's still putting paint on a wall at the end of the day. But yeah.
If you were a toy, if the name was a toy when you were beginning out, what's the name? What's the kind of thing you've got now? The moniker, the name you've got now. You've been doing it for a few years. What's the slang word?
I mean, it's not really. You can sort of. You are a writer at that point. Like.
Okay, writer.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So you refer to each other as writers.
Yeah.
Right. You've put it on somebody. What's the rules about? You've put it on somebody else's design. How quick is the turnover? Does it? I mean, can it be a day? Can it be a week? Is there any rules as to how long you leave somebody else's up before you do your own?
It depends. So like, there's a lot of. If somebody's done one underneath, and then like somebody's like a kid's gone over it, when you just like tagged it or whatever. That's getting dogged, so then at that point you got a free rein to sort of like cover that over, because it's like the piece is no longer.
So dubbed means it's been
dogged.
Dogged.
Yeah.
Dogged.
But then I don't know. You can get like rest in peace or like memorial pieces and stuff like that. So you tend to leave those alone.
Well, because they're a bit more like specifically meaningful about.
Yeah, and you don't want beef over over something like that. Long day.
I mean, is there a certain amount of competitiveness about it?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh right,
100%.
Okay. So you can't just like do your thing and not expect other people to have an opinion about it.
Nah.
Within the graffiti world.
That's it. Once you get into it, you open yourself up for anyone and everything. Like.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you welcome that?
Depends on how you want to do it. If you want to do it and do it well, you have to come to terms with it, because you can't do it without coming across somebody that either doesn't like it or has something to say about it. So whether you want to like firm it and keep going.
Right.
Yeah, no, all depends.
But you must have. I mean, for you personally, you must have a fairly thick skin or an enjoyment of the competitiveness to just keep doing it in the way that you do.
Yeah. But that, again, like at the end of the day, when you do it for yourself, it's like you just don't really care what other people think. Like, I got people that like the stuff that I do. I you know what I mean. I've got friends. I've got crew, like people that I paint with and stuff. So it's like, as long as they're happy and I'm happy, I don't really mind about other people.
Tell me about the crew you've got, how you met them, how often you meet up.
Just childhood friends, isn't it? Or like, I don't know, just people that you come across, I guess, or I mean, majority of like the crew would be like friends that I've grown up with.
Yeah.
So like I'm from the Midlands originally, so like friends from back home. But
is it different? Is doing this different there, or is it exactly the same? Or is it a different scene?
kind of the same.
Kind of the same.
It's not as active as London, obviously. I mean, yeah, everywhere's different.
When you moved from Coventry to London,
Yeah.
and you started doing it here, did you try and kind of make yourself known across a certain area? How does it work? Or did you want to be known in a certain area in a certain way? Is that how it works?
Not like a certain. I mean, the goal is to be everywhere.
Okay. Okay, so it's endless. I mean, it's not like
Pretty much. Yeah. There's a term like all city.
all city.
All city. So like for London, that would be the end goal is to essentially have
North,
paint
south,
and-
east, west.
yeah. But that in itself is a fucking hefty task to take on.
And what? Right. So if in an would that be what you would want in an ideal world? To be all city.
Honestly, I haven't got the time.
Right.
Like, yeah, I haven't got the time, nor the resources, nor the freedom to do it as well. Because it's like, if you want to do that, you've got to dedicate your life to it. And it's like, bro, I work full time. I have
Got ya.
responsibilities and a lot of other shit to like have to be worried about. So like, I mean, as a teenager, for sure, that would have been like, you know what I mean? With
Out every day.
Yeah, 100%. But like, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's in the back of your mind for sure, but it's not, I'm not at a level where it's like I'm actively gunning for it with like full intent. It's just wherever I might be.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some paint on me, I might, you know, do something, but yeah.
Is it always the same size, or do you play with different like sizes of letters
Yeah, it's all
and that kind of thing?
All different.
But you want it to be a recognisable thing each time. You want people to be like within the graffiti writer world. You want people to be able to go, I know that.
Yeah.
I know who that is.
Yeah. But I mean, again, that yeah, like, but it all depends on you as a writer. Like, you know what I mean? You can. I mean, it's especially in London. There's like a very not hard line, but there's an attitude towards like if you just paint like legal walls and stuff, you're not
the real deal.
Do you know what I mean?
So there's got to be a bit of risk. There's got to be a bit
Yeah.
of pushing it
Yeah.
to get the respect.
But you know.
Once you've done this thing on this wall, are you going to make a point of walking past for the next couple of weeks to see how long it's there?
Nah. It's like, I mean, that's the sort of joy of this time we're in now. You can get a photo and then, you know, they don't really, do you know what I mean? That's your sort of,
That's the memorial to it.
Yeah,
It's kind of like, that makes it everlasting.
but like, obviously there are people that will go to extremes to get spots that will never be taken out.
Are we talking like, I don't know, really tall buildings or something
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
really
yeah.
hard to get to?
Tall buildings or like bridges or, you know, just sort of ridiculous shit that half the people are going to be like, I ain't going up there, do you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm going to go out of my way to sort of go over it or whatever, but
There's an interesting thing about not caring if someone then takes this wall and makes it their own the week after. If most of you kind of don't mind that turnover, then wanting it to last longer is a kind of like a different game
yeah,
in a way.
yeah. It's a very egotistical thing to do. So like certain people will just not care and go over you and
So they want
not
to
think
they'll
twice
want to
about it.
make a point of
Yeah.
putting a foot down and going, I'm bigger.
Yeah, to a degree, yeah, for sure.
Do you ever have kind of like a beef where someone makes a point of coming for you on the walls
That's
and making
essentially
sure
that's
that.
essentially what the beef is. It's like once you're beefing somebody, it's like none of your. If you put someone up, they're gonna come and they're gonna dog it out, or you know.
God, but you don't even know who they are,
I mean,
possibly.
depends.
So it becomes a kind of like an unknown battle between two people who don't really know each other.
Oh yeah, until you sort of run into each other, and then it's like, now what? Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Oh my God! Oh blimey!
It's
Has it ever come to blows with you?
not really. Not since I was like a teenager, but again, it's like you might have a little scrap, but it's like I'm not. Again, like I do this for fun. I'm not trying to. Do you know what I mean? Like, and especially now, like I'm older and have things that I like care about and have to sort of look after. It's like, bro, I'm not trying to fight over painting on a wall. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that. You know, I'm not that attached to it at this point to like want to defend it to that degree.
Mm-hmm.
But
you still keep doing it. You still get the love for it,
yeah,
and it still is a creative driving force for you.
yeah.
Why did you start doing it in the first place? When you were a kid, I'm just thinking. I never thought of doing it as a kid. Maybe because it wasn't in the area I was in.
Mm-hmm.
What made you? Do you remember how you first got into it? Why you first got into it?
I think I remember being a kid and there was a skate park near our house, and I just like from as young as I can remember like going to that skate park and stuff, just like seeing it and being like, oh, this is cool. But do you know what I mean? I sort of caught my eye as a kid, but
And it kind of goes with the skateboard culture, doesn't it? Kind of like graffiti and tagging.
yeah.
So it's part of the whole scene,
I think so.
so it fits. And the music.
Yeah.
Right, new colour. So we've done silver, we've done pink. So the pink has gone in between the letters.
Mm-hmm. And then once I put the outline on the letters, I'll do pink around. So I'm going to do the outline in black.
Yeah.
And then do pink around the black, sort of like a border.
Got ya.
Maybe we'll leave it at that. I'm going to do a few little bits and bobs, but nothing too mad.
What's the difference between graffiti and tagging?
Tagging is graffiti. Tagging's the most like basic form of graffiti. It's like that you have your name and yeah, you can do like fancy pieces and stuff, but like in graph, if you don't have a good tag or like you can't tag, then it's like what's the point? That's
Oh,
like
I
the
see.
most bread and butter. That's like the first thing you do. Do you know what I mean?
Got ya. All right, that's the starting point.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
develop your tag. What is the rest of your life when you're not doing this, which is a passion? What's your bread and butter, Lewis?
Just work in retail.
Yeah.
And,
Is that something that you look forward to doing, or is it just money job?
money in it.
Money.
I mean, it's cool. Like the place I'm at's pretty cool, but like again, who realistically wants to be working? Do you know what I mean? And dealing with the public is fucking long, so having something like this is
It's like a release.
yeah, for sure.
Are there people who make money from it?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you tempted by that? I mean, would you like to, if it's your passion?
I think, yeah, I guess, but I'm not. I don't know. I think something like that is.
I'm just thinking of like, you know, when you see around here in East London, there's certain massive big walls where there's like a huge dog or an advert, which is refreshed quite often, and it's done, I'm assuming, by graffiti artists, and I'm assuming that is just a way of commercialising your art.
I'd say with that, it's probably a bit more like street art. So like, I think there's a difference to graffiti writers with what is graffiti and what is street art. So like, if it's like a big mural of like a face, or like graffiti's letters at the end of the day, do you know what I
Right,
mean? So
always,
like,
always letters.
yeah. That's what it is. That's how it started. You're putting your name up, do you know what I mean? So like, anything else on a more like artistic degree isn't graph, do you know what I mean? That's what you would call street art. Those are the people that get paid, which is mad, because it's like they're essentially doing the same thing that we do, but again, they have that, like, they can commercialize it, or you know, make money off it or whatever, because it's like people's attitudes to graffiti are different to what their attitude would be to somebody that does murals or like pictures or whatever. Like, this is like dirty to them, I guess, and then that's like more easily absorbable.
People have carved their names into stone and trees forever. You know, Roman, Greek times, there's graffiti from them. You know, 16th century graffiti, there's graffiti from every century. It's a thing that's always been there.
Yeah.
The need or the want to leave a mark. But there's something slightly different about this, in that it's not permanent. You know, you're not carving it into a tree. It's not going to be there in 100 years' time. Might not even be here next week.
Well, yeah, no, with this, no, like, but I think it's still, it plays to that, that ideal that I think humans have sort of done this in whatever shape, form, degree it's been for, like you said, for thousands and thousands of years, whatever. I don't know, I think it's just, because I'm not, like, before I did this, it was like you'd write on the school desk, like, so-and-so was here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like, I don't know. It's... Again, like, you could argue that I think the people that did it thousands of years ago, maybe they had a degree of like, oh, I want people to see this, or like, I want to be seen to that degree, or like, I want to write my name on whatever. And do you know, I don't know, it's like, graffiti is weird. It's like it's a weirdly personal thing for like some, like, you don't sort of think about on the like at face value, do you know what I mean? But like, I know people who've gone to prison over this. I know, like, there
Really?
are yeah, of course. I know there's writers that have died doing this. Do you know what I mean? There's
Yeah, I
some
can
sort
imagine
of
there's
drive.
writers have taken risks on,
Yeah,
on a
100%.
train bridge or something and got it wrong.
Yeah, and like that to the, you know, like, regular sort of member of the public is like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's nuts. But there's something in the person that, you know, wants to take it to that extreme or wants to do that thing, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, one of the weirder pastimes, I guess.
You mentioned the fact that it was the criminalisation element of graffiti art has always been there because it's always against the law. Do you feel like a criminal when you're doing it?
When I'm doing something like this, nah. But
And do you get annoyed with being seen as a criminal because of the art that you put on the wall, in your eyes?
I mean, in an instance like this, like, again, I'm not particularly fussed what people think, do you know what I mean? But like, if you think I'm being like a super criminal doing this, it's like, again, like, there are way worse things that a person could be doing.
What do you think?
Yeah, It's alright. Letters are a bit sort of out of proportion, but it's not the worst thing I've ever done. Yeah. First time doing these letters.
Oh, okay. So this is
It's not my.
This is new for you?
Yeah, it's not my regular word that I would write.
Why have you chosen this?
Just get bored. When you do it's not uncommon that writers will do different names and stuff like that.
That kind of like that's interesting because that plays with the whole thing about being known for your work. If you
But
suddenly start mixing it up a
there's,
bit,
I mean, it depends because
People
it
don't know
could
it's
be
you.
it could be situational to like, say if you get caught writing one name, and you still want to write, you write something else.
oh, I see.
Do you know what I
So
mean?
you
There's
kind of
that.
like shed that skin,
Yeah.
come out new.
Yeah. Or I mean, you can still go back to your old one. It's not like it's done forever, but like, there's also, I don't know. Like, to be fair, once you've sort of figured out your style, it doesn't necessarily matter the words that you write because people will see your style in it and recognize that's you.
What was it that brought you to London, Lewis?
Well, one, my girlfriend lived here, so once I finished uni and stuff, got a job here and moved down. But I think on a more like personal level, I remember coming here as a kid and just sort of being like infatuated with the city. Again, coming from like Coventry and like small towns around there, there's sort of nothing like coming to London. Do you know what I mean? It's, you know, I think I remember being young. So my dad works on the train line, so we used to like get trains to places and just go for like the day or whatever.
So you saw the country as a kid. You
Yeah.
saw other places.
Yeah.
You were used to kind of like mixing it up and comparing where you were with other places.
Yeah, and I think like for me, I didn't want to get stuck in the small place that I grew up and stay there my whole life because I've watched people do that, and I always thought like life is too short and the world is too big to not want to like go and explore it to a degree. Do you know what I mean? The idea of staying in one place forever just seems a bit peak. Like, I don't know, need some sort of variation, I guess. Like, I went to uni in Manchester just to go and see another place, and then yeah, again, from as long as I sort of knew, like being cognizant of like the idea of I could live somewhere else when I was older, it was always London was the place that I wanted to be.
Have you made it work for you? Have you made your London? Because it's kind of like everyone has to make their own London when they're here, really.
Yeah, I mean, still trying. It's not easy. It's expensive. It's tough. It's different. Again, coming from a place where like you know everyone, to a place that like you're just another face in the, you know, in the
crowds.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I've got friends and family and, you know, people that I care about. So I guess I've got mine to a degree.
Talking about family, you said your dad was on the trains.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have an opinion about your graffiti work and your writing and your pieces?
Yeah. It's funny, obviously, I think, again, with trains and track sides and all that sort of stuff, they're exposed to it to a level. Like, I remember my dad, like, once I was sort of getting into it, he'd be like sending me photos like of him, like he'd be, you know, driving wherever he's going, and would see something and take a photo and send it to me and be like, oh, I saw this is sick.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because, like I said, from like being at the skate park when I was younger and seeing it, it was my dad that took me there. So like, I think.
Does he write? Is he a writer?
Nah. But he used to. So like, he used to be an MC back in the day, like in raves and stuff, like in the 90s and shit. So I guess sort of being around it to a degree, or being a part of the culture as a whole, like him being into the music that he's into and stuff, again, it's like it's one of them things that just sort of goes with it. But yeah, I think it's funny, the more I got into it, the more I could see it sort of not rubbing off on him, but him just like being like, oh, okay, cool, that's something that it used to piss him off, I can't lie, like him and my mum, do you know what I mean? Like, especially when
When you're doing it on the street.
when I'm doing it on our street, or
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
do you
yeah.
know what I mean? The little electrical box at the end of the road, and they're like, well, who did that? I don't know what you're talking about. They're like, it's obviously you. Do you know what I mean?
Because they know your tags.
Yeah. They see it all over my bedroom, like, they're gonna be like, yeah.
There's no escaping from that.
Nah. But, you know, I always remember my dad's, don't shit where you eat. Like, as long as you're doing it, you know, somewhere else, it don't really matter to a degree. Like, just don't get caught, I guess.
And I'm assuming he said, don't do my trade.
Well, probably wouldn't work out. I'd like to think he'd cover for me if I did, but it's one of them. Yeah, no, so like he like drives freight trains and stuff. So like, I always remember him like up at Wembley. There's the big yard where like all the sort of, like a lot of their trains like pull into, and all those, there's a bunch of trains that have just sat there for years that are just absolutely peppered with graph, and like he'd go there and be like, oh, he'd just taking photos and showing me shit and like into it to a certain degree, which I always thought was cool. It's like, I don't know, taking an interest, I guess, but.
Yeah, but I'm sure like every parent, his advice, I'm sure your mum was the same, as like, just don't get caught.
Yeah.
Like, do your thing, but don't get caught.
It was, don't bring the police to our house. Other than that, can't really stop you from doing something. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. So, again, like it's a weird pastime to sort of be into, but again, like coming where I came from, there was a lot worse things that I could like sort of could have fallen into. So this is sort of like relatively tame, I guess, to the overall. So again, I've like have friends that have, you know, ruined their life with like drugs or, you know, whatever it may be that they do. And I always thought this isn't so bad in the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? It's illegal, but it's not like
You're not harming anyone.
Yeah, I'm not harming anyone, I'm not, you know, no sort of malicious intent when I do it, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, could be worse.
I wish I could bring with me and I validate her insurance and stuff. Or I don't know.